Ladies and gentlemen, in last year's finals, I talked about how we can use the smartphone to detect sign language gestures to help deaf people. But this time around, I'm going to take a step back and just explain the basic concept of pixels itself. Pixels, you see, pixels are the building blocks of every digital image that you see on screen. And therefore, pixels are responsible for everything ranging from Instagram filters right to the cutting-edge MRI machines that you see in hospitals. Now, how is this done, you may ask? Well, I'll let you in on the secret. Are you ready? The secret is numbers. Or to be more specific, pixels are just numbers. You see, because machines, like the computer, smartphone, and digital camera, they cannot understand vision the way that humans do. Because they process things in numbers, machines like the computer, they only see pixels in a digital image as a collection of numbers. The value, the brightness and the color of the pixel depends on what the value is. So in any given image, a black pixel will have a value of 0, and a white pixel will have a value of 100. And the values in between will be the 50 shades of grey. Kidding. And so because pixels are basically just numbers, we can manipulate them the same way we manipulate numbers, by using arithmetic operations like addition, multiplication, or even complex mathematical equations. And this opens up a host of possibilities. We can use machines and computers to replace the tasks that are normally done by humans, therefore making our lives much, much easier. For example, you want your image, you want your picture to appear brighter, then just increase the values of every pixel in that image. Or do you want to make it darker, then decrease the values. In fact, by creatively using mathematical operations onto the pixels, you can remove unwanted artifacts or blocks that you don't want in an image. You can compress the image size in order to save up on hard disk storage space. You can detect peculiar objects in an image, for example, a tumor in an MRI scan. You can recognize face and fingerprints for biometric applications. And you can repair and sharpen images that came out blurry. I'll give you an example of the last one. The Hubble Space Telescope, if you know what that is, was a huge milestone for space exploration. It was launched in 1990 and till now has enabled us to capture beautiful images of the galaxy. But did you know that upon its launch, a design error in one of its mirrors meant that the images that came back were very, very blurry? Oh no, all that money spent and the images were absolutely useless. So what do? Do we send another telescope up into space? Well, no, hold on. As it turns out, image processing techniques were able to be used to sharpen those images and save the day. So, to wrap up, ladies and gentlemen, we all know the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I like to tweak that a little bit to become, a good picture is worth 1,000,000 words. And that is why I work in digital imaging. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zaid. Q&A from the esteemed panel of judges. For 2 minutes.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I do say that I really like your puns. And your puns.
Puns?
No, not your puns, your puns. P-U-N-S.
Okay, right.
Okay, and your relation.
Jokes,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, it's actually quite a good presentation, and I think you explain pixels in a very informative way that I think even a layman can understand. So I would say good job today.
Thank you.
Yes, I tend to agree with that, but I think at the end of the day, okay, you talk about pixel, but I think what is the end game? I think you need to do that, you know,
Right.
so that people know where you are leading to. Explaining what pixel, yes, but where are we going? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
As the only non-science and high technology panel here, I would like to come from the communication aspect, and doesn't mean that if you're a non-science that you don't make scientific relevancy. So you get me really hooked when you started with how colors are related to numbers, because they seem to be at the opposite end of spectrum, right? However, if you had weaved in a little bit of mystery, which you open up the door a bit with the shades of grey, but that's exactly the point. How do you weave in the subjectivity of creativity into the assuredness of numbers manipulation. Because if you link yourself and your intro to Adam Sandler, then we could make movies without actors if we manipulate the numbers well. And that's the future. So if I can follow up to my fellow juries, that you could have led it to a climax where within that short presentation there's an intro, there's a plot, a conflict, and you can hang it as a climax. That end part, that last one third, is what you can work upon if you go to Cheltenham. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Alright, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Zaid, for him to mention